Welcome, everybody. Chief from the RC Speedcar Super Series Community Live Show, brought to you by Baja Spares, Australia's #1 spare parts dealer, spare and new parts dealer in Australia for quarter scale and fifth scale racing, hacking, bush bashing, but generally racing. Ships excess shipping every day around Australia. Does a great job supporting quarter scale racing and fifth scale racing around Australia, especially over here in Perth, WA. He does a lot for the club and a lot for myself, and he's sponsoring this show. So just like to welcome everybody tonight. It's going to be a good show, and we should be able to get a good 3/4 to an hour into it, and hopefully get a couple of one interview happening, and should be a good show. So welcome to everybody. Just let everybody start to get in and send off that. So there's that done. Yeah. So we had the first opener, the season opener, down at the West Oz Quarter Scale Speedway. It was the Mr. Cabinet's Late Model Challenge, which saw some awesome racing. From what I heard, I wasn't down there to actually see any racing because I had a prior engagement to go to. But I heard that the late model racing was good. I heard the numbers were down a little bit this week, but that's due to probably Royal Show, long weekend, and probably all the other things as well going on, AFL Grand Final and stuff like that. So, but they still got a good run of cars. Numbers were down, as I said. They had 4 AMCAs, 5 speed cars, 6 sprint cars, 3 sedans, 13 dirt mods, and 8 late models. So, and as I said, the racing was pretty good. It was a pretty good show from what I heard. It was all over by, I think, 9 p.m. actually. I sent a message down there saying the rain was coming because it just started raining where I was, and I just sent a message down there telling the rain was coming. So it was good to see. It was all over by 8:30, 9 o'clock. Had the presentations and the barbecue and everything. Everyone had gone home by 10:30 from what I heard. So it was good. Great show. Good. Well done to the guys in the timing tower, Jason, and doing the timing tower and the stuff like that. So the results on the weekend were AMCA's Scotty Elder from Braden Bradshaw and Tim Trihorn. Greg Cowie had a DNF. Aaron Friend won the speed car. Scotty Elder and Guido Forsaco. Guido Forsaco and Phil had a DNFs. Dirt Mods was won by Jordan Stewart, Ray Payne, Michael Jeffrey, and Mason Fitzgerald. And the sprint cars were Guido Forsaco, Dale Clark, Stephen Summerfield, and Justin Pike. Aaron Friend had a DNF. And late models were for the late model challenge. Mr. Cabot's late model challenge was Jordan Stewart, Dale Clark, and Glenn Richards, and Richard Branderhurst, Jared Mashford, and Ashley Mann. Greg Cowie had a DNF. And while I've got the winner of the late model challenge coming on, and he should be just coming up on screen now. G'day, Jordan Stewart. How you going?
Not bad, Chief. Thanks for having me on.
That's not a problem at all. Well done on winning the Mr. Cabinet's late model race. I understand it was your debut in late model racing.
Yeah, it was. It was the first time with the late larger, and kept my record intact of getting the win on debut in every class, which is good.
That's good to see. You're pretty good at doing that. How long have you been running RC cars, not just quarter scale speedway, but RC cars?
RC cars I started in 2009 with 8 scale racing. Then obviously moved up into the bigger scales as we kept going.
Okay, then you've obviously travelled around Australia and won a heap of national titles, heap of state titles, and you're doing pretty well for what you got.
Yeah, we've travelled every state now and won in nearly every state that we've been to, except for South Australia. It's been a pretty good ride so far, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Yeah, and you had a bit of a dabble in when you were young, right? Real young, you had a dabble in go-karts for a few seasons.
Yeah, when I was 7, we got the go-karts for. Obviously, couldn't move out of juniors till you're 14 over here, and already spent 5 years racing the likes of Daniel Pesca and James Inglis and all that. So they're half the size of what I was, so couldn't really go.
Mate. Yeah, it makes it a bit hard with the old J engines to when you're giving away a fair bit of weight.
Exactly. And those guys were quarter of my size back then, and now they're back into cars and all that. So.
Oh, excellent. So how did you find the racing on Saturday night? I said I couldn't get down there because I was busy. I had other appointments. But how did you find the racing in general on Saturday night down at the track and everything like that?
Yeah, track was good. Racing was good. Like, we've got a couple of new members now, which have they were really clean on the weekend, like Mason and MJ. MJ put on the podium in dirt mods, and just clean racing. Was everyone gave each other room, which was great.
Oh, that's really good to hear. And as you say, you're a bit of a class act yourself, and you certainly do a bit of preparation to get on your race days and stuff like that. I heard you sit in the simulator for a few hours before you come to the racetrack and just get in the groove type of thing.
Just a couple of hours. I'm not that good at it, but I guess.
Yeah. So no, that's really good. And your old man Craig, he puts a lot of work into you and the cars and the setups and everything.
He does. Well, everything really. Like Friday, all day Friday, we were building the body just to run this late model just for the weekend. And now that we've got it built, Dad can have a dabble in it and see what he can do now. Yeah,
okay. Or have a drive, or just have a play around.
No, Dad will be racing now because obviously, with my work, I can't really do much. I've got the next 2 meetings, and I'm done for about 3 months. So.
That's through the drag racing.
Yeah, every drag meeting's on every West Oz meeting, so I can only do the Sunday meetings or the ones right at the end of the year. So I'm pretty much done for the year, except for the next 2 I can attend. But it is what.
Okay, and what classes do you enjoy racing the most, or they just enjoy racing them all?
Just love racing everything I can. Everything. So as long as Dad gets them all ready, and I'll just keep playing with the steering.
Keep bringing your transmitter, and that's it.
Exactly.
That's great to see. So, it's really good that you, as you said, won the Mr. Cabinet's late model challenge there. That was good to see. And I heard the feature race was a really good race between you and Dale Clark.
Yeah, it was. It was side by side for about 15 laps, and just pressuring Dale enough that he made a mistake, and that's where I went past and just cruised to the victory. And he probably tried a little bit too hard at the end, trying to catch back up. But hopefully next time we can keep it going a bit longer.
And the lap traffic everyone was driving pretty straight and stuff. So lap traffic wasn't a big issue, or?
No, it wasn't much of an issue. It's just everyone was giving each other room, which was great. And me and Dale could run side by side for the first half of the race, which was great.
Yep. So do you find much difference from when you raced quarter scale 4 or 5 years ago and you had a break and then you come back? You find much difference in the track and all the competitive speed and stuff like that?
Competitive speed's definitely picked up. And obviously in that time
the handling of the cars and stuff like that probably got better.
Ours has pretty much been the same all the time, just improving each week and every week and all that. Obviously, the anchor dropped off a bit last season. I was a bit rusty on, but everything else is pretty much the same. It's just got to get used to driving them again.
Are you having a run this week in the Amcas, or?
If it's this Sunday, no, because I've got a test and tune at work.
Oh, okay, yep.
But I'll definitely be at the Speedcar meeting. I think it's the next one after this one, and the dirt one meeting, and then I'm done for the year.
Oh, okay. So there's obviously a test and tune day down the drags there, and yeah, hopefully the weather holds off a bit because it looks a bit iffy with the weather later in this week. So hopefully it holds off, and we'll be right to have a meeting on Sunday, which was our postponed meeting from the first meeting of the year. So,
Yep.
so you've obviously got a few sponsors to thank on your car. You see a few sponsors there. It's got any sponsors to thank?
Yeah, I've got Callan Gunn at King RC, who supplies all my off-road stuff in Elcon models and G4Z racing engines. Black Knight RC, along with Stuart Style RC, who's now the importer here in WA. White Knight, who supplies my dirt mod, has done since we've started the quarter scale in 2013.
Yeah.
Who provide tuning tips and have provided me a car in the past. Tony Sorpold with Dale Concrete has helped us back in the day as well. Matthew Templeman, and obviously Pedro, who, Pedro, he's done everything photo-wise and everything for the club, which is great. And hopefully he comes back down soon.
Yeah, hopefully he gets well. He's having a few health issues right now, but hopefully he gets down soon and starts taking photos again. They say it's the only way to publicise the sport is get the photos out there and stuff like that. So, but no, it's good to see, good to get you back on, get you on tonight and have a bit of a chat with how you went and stuff like that, and what makes Jordan Stewart go. And you got any plans? Obviously, we can't really plan much this year because you can't go away anywhere. But you got any plans to travel in the next couple of years again?
Hopefully. Last weekend just gone, we're meant to be in Queensland for Aussie title, but that got cancelled.
Yeah,
which bummer. But hopefully we can get across next year to Queensland. With the off-road stuff, then wherever else we can in the time.
And what's the off-road stuff you race?
Just fifth scale off-road, like the one behind me.
Yep.
I had straight after our Aussie title a couple of years ago.
Okay. Is the off-road still... how many clubs are in WA these days?
One.
Is that all that's left?
That's left. Did have four age, and now we've got one.
Oh, that's a bit just as it for tracks, or just people lost interest of where the tracks are being run?
Just tracks, really. Hopefully I've got one coming up soon. That's still to be a later date to find out.
No worries. Okay, then, Jordan, thanks for coming on tonight and having a bit of a chat, and hopefully see you down at the track, or obviously not next week, but the week after, or next meeting after that, next couple of meetings. And then hopefully we can sneak you away from the drags and come down and run a few other meetings. We'll see what happens. No worry. You're breaking up a little bit there at the end, I thought. Okay, then, Jordan, well, thanks for coming on tonight, and I'll speak to you on the track and at the next meeting when you're there, and say good day to the old man from us. And he does a lot for the club as well, always down there at the Busy Bees and stuff like that. So, and as I say, he certainly sets up an awesome dirt mod. As you say, your dirt mod's one of the. I actually spoke to somebody on the Sunday night, and they said they wasn't even speaking about Corsica. He's never been there. He said, "What? How come Jordan Stewart's so good? How come I see his name all the time?" So that was a pretty good comment. I said, "Well, he just puts the time in. His old man knows how to build cars and stuff like that. So, but he just does what he can do."
Car over the last 7 years to get it where it is. So
it's
not
it's just time and patience.
Yeah, definitely all Dad's work he's put into it, which has been great, obviously, for my race. But
Oh, that's right. Exactly. Okay, Jordan, thanks for coming on tonight, and I'll speak to you a bit later on the week.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Thanks, mate. See you. Bye.
See you, mate.
That was Jordan Stewart. He, one of the guns of the track. I think he'd done a few 6-second laps down there again in his dirt mod on the weekend, which was a pretty awesome effort. And if you watch him run the high line down the track, if it's up for a high line, he's certainly knows how to run the high line. And as I said, he raced, from what I heard, he raced with him and Dale Clark, just run wheel to wheel for 15, 16 laps. And it was pretty awesome to watch from what I heard. So well done to Jordan for coming on tonight. I'll probably try and get people on all the time, just, winners of the clubs and of the meetings and stuff like that. So that puts us on to the next thing, the weather. The weather this week is not looking real good. But so what's going to happen? They're going to try and put the tarps on the track. So if we need 6 volunteers from about 4 to 4:30 tomorrow night to that's Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday afternoon evening to put the tarps on the track, because you say they're pretty heavy and they're pretty hard to put on there. So if you can, if you got a spare hour or so to go to, oh Jesus, to go down to the track and put the tarps down just to keep the water off the track, because there's a fair bit of rain coming on Thursday and Friday from what I've seen, what I've heard. So if we want to race on Sunday, we'll have to try and get these tarps down. So anyone who's got a couple of hours spare tomorrow afternoon, that's Wednesday afternoon, I think Jono will be down the track a little bit earlier, but around 4 o'clock. If you want to ring Scotty Elder on 0438 304 591 anytime tonight to let him know if you're available, and he'll let Jono know how many he's going to come down and stuff like that. So if you're got a spare couple of hours and you want to race on the weekend, we just got to try and get these tarps on the track so we can keep the water off it, because once the water gets in, it's pretty hard to get it out, and they can't really do much with the track if it's just too water, or they can't get any graders onto it or stuff like that, or prepare the track. So hopefully we'll get a few guys down there to help move the tarps around and get them over the track. So it was really be helpful. As I said, Sunday's going to be a day meeting, and it should be a great meeting for the West Oz Quarter Scale Speedway, located down at Gemma Road in Henderson. A bit of a brain fade there, right next door to the go-kart track. So if you know where the go-kart track is, go up the road to the go-kart track. Before you go through the gates, turn right down the laneway there, or down the dirt track, and it takes you down to the airfield and our speedway. You see the lights and everything there. So yeah, if anyone's got any time tomorrow afternoon to get down the track to try and get these tarps down, need about 6 guys, and if you do that for about an hour or so and get the tarps, it'll be great. The new meeting sponsors board on turn 1 there. Everyone commented about it, saying how good it looked and all that type of stuff. So well done to the guys, to the committee, and John Elford and Greg Cowie and those guys for putting it up and acknowledging the sponsors that are there for the club. So it's one of those things. If you don't get the sponsors' names out there, and they won't sponsor, and the club needs sponsors. So to run any organisation needs sponsors to run, and volunteers to run these clubs. So hopefully we can just get a few more sponsors up there, and there's a fair bit of room up there to put more sponsors boards and stuff like that so we can get good trophies for the classes and stuff like that. So it's real good. The canteen, I think they might still be looking for a manager. I don't actually know who run it on the weekend, but they've done probably a great job like they normally do. The girls probably helped out, but I still think they're still looking for a manager to get it for the bigger meetings of the year. We probably need a bit more time there and stuff like that. So we definitely need the canteen girls. I say they're a very important part of the club. We've got the ones who help out, Maxine and Lynn, and those ones who help out. But I just need someone to manage it a bit, and hopefully that'll come up in the next couple of days. Someone might put their hand up and do it. Also, there's a big shout out to Big Kev and his brother Chris from the Fifth Scale Dirt Oval Racing Network in Tennessee, America. If you want to watch their shows, they had a big meeting 2 weeks weekend before last, and they had all their videos set up. So they put a heap of videos up of the show, of the meeting they had with all the racing. So if you want to watch some good course car racing in America, I think Big Kev even had a win that night, which he was pretty happy about. So just go on to there. They love promoting the sport. As soon as they go to a meeting, they set up their outdoor studio and have an interview session and stuff like that. Have a great talk, which we'll probably get into doing that when we start back in the track. When I get back to the track, we'll start set up a few things like that. And I'm trying to stream the next meeting. I'm trying to work out how to stream the whole meeting. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. So if you just go to Big Kev's Fifth Scale Dirt Oval Racing Network, as they call it, Dawn, and watch their videos and put a few comments up, and they'll always acknowledge you. They'll always talk to you. So, and they're a great bunch of guys who love promoting fifth scale. Also in America, you got the American Outlaw Raceway, Fear the Outlaw. That's Mike Willman. He also does a great live show promoting their racing before their meetings, actually, and he gets on the Friday night and has interviews and stuff like that. So if you just talk to those guys, always put a comment up, and so stuff like that. So the Jeff Booth, the Australian Open title has been postponed to a later date with the COVID stuff going on. I was speaking to Jeff a couple of days ago, and he said he can't get any racing done for next 4 months or something. So we'll have to just see Jeff and ask Jeff to see what he's up to and what the club's up to with the Australian Open Championships. Unfortunately, with the COVID stuff all going crazy over east, it's just hard to organise stuff. So hopefully we'll be able to get on the road and start racing out there and just working on stuff like that. So I'll get Jeff on the next couple of weeks and have a bit of a talk to him to see what the update is over there and if anything is happening with it. I don't know if I think it got transferred to November, but I don't think that'll be happening either. Or 26th to 29th of November, but we will keep an eye on their webpage and stuff like that to see what's actually happening over there. I think the work at the Hallam track is slowing up a bit, or they've been working on it due to the COVID lockdowns in Melbourne as well. So hopefully that can be a bit of work over the summer can get done and they can start racing. I know they're pretty close to getting a racetrack, but hopefully it'll get better and the COVID stuff will start to get away from it and do stuff like that. The Mills Drainage Summer Slam will be held on Saturday, November the 27th. And that should be a big meeting. I'm still trying to work out the format with Jason. I had a couple of talks with him last week about the format we're going to run. So I'll get Clayton on the show a couple of weeks before and have a bit of a talk about it and see where we go with it. And the racing format will be announced soon. Hopefully, as I said before, hopefully Clayton can get his sidecar down there and do a few demonstration laps on his sidecar, and just with the little quarter scale sidecars out there as well. So hopefully that should be a great meeting. So on the weekend, we saw the first round of the Carahall Transportation RC Late Models Southern Thunder Series. This series is going to be run over 4 rounds. I said the first round was run on the weekend. Had 8 cars to do it. And so we got already got 8 entries into the nomination, into the prize for the do some laps around the Motorplex in Paul Stubber's twin-seater late model. Thanks to Paul Stubber for that. And it was a great prize we put up. So that's 8 people who've got their name in the draw. Run over at 4 rounds. You get 4 entries into the draw, and they'll be drawn on the last night of the series. So that was, from what I heard, it was pretty good racing. We had Jordan Stewart. He's leading the point score right now. This points score sheet is, I'll put it up on the Facebook, on the Super Series community Facebook page. It's in the chat room. I've already released it in the chat room, so we'll get on there. Mid-October, before we decide on November date, if we need borders open. Okay. So that's what Jeff Booth come up with and said they're still working on it later in the week. Hi, Lumpy, come down to the track sometime. Yeah, I'll try to get there one day, hopefully. So as I said, the Carahall Transportation Late Model Series, Jordan Stewart's on top with 86 points. Dale Clark second with 84 points. Richard Branderhurst is third with 69 points. Glenn Richards is fourth with 66 points. Jared Mashford's fifth with 56 points. Ashley Mann is sixth with 37 points. Greg Cowie's seventh with 28 points. Aaron Friend had an absolute shocker. Didn't finish a heat or a feature or anything. So he's sitting on 0 points. So well done to those guys. There's the points for the going to be a pretty close series. It's the scores come off every heat and every feature race, so you get points for every race you finish. The point systems run as the same as the Super Series, Speedway Super Series was last year. That gives you 20 points for a feature for a heat win and 30 points for a feature win, and they go down in increments. I'll put the point scores up so you can work them out later on. So that was how the late model Southern Thunder Series went on the weekend. So that shouldn't be it should be a great little series. The second round of that is on the 18th of December. That's just the second round of it. So the next meeting will be this Sunday, 3rd of October, which is it will be the rerun of the postponed meeting due to the rain. Not a rerun, just a postponed meeting. It's the fully promoted AMCA Gold Cup, proudly sponsored by Fully Promoted Branded Apparel and Marketing Solutions for all your T-shirts and stuff like that. I think they supply our trophies and do all that type of stuff. So just look after these guys from Fully Promoted, and that should be a great little meeting. Hopefully, there's a few AMCAs coming out. I think Jordan said he's going to run his AMCA, and Tim Trihorn will probably be there. I might be there with my AMCA. Greg Cowie will be there with his. Tim Metch will probably be there. John O might be there. Scotty. So we should get a few good AMCAs out there to hopefully get a class of about 8 or 9 cars and have a bit of fun with the AMCAs. They're a good little class, as people call them, a bit of a beginner class, but everyone just loves racing them. They're a good cheap class to get into. If you want to get into quarter scale racing, you want to get a cheap car, there's a couple of AMCAs around there for sale, I think, and just stuff like that. So hopefully we can just get a few more cars on the track. You racing, Chief? Yeah, I think I might be racing this weekend, actually. I'm got a bit of an itch to race, so hopefully I'll get down there and my cars are ready to go. Just got to charge some batteries up. So hopefully we'll be down there racing. So I might have a giveaway, some prize giveaways next live show, which will probably be next week, because I'll get the winner of the AMCA Gold Cup on. So we'll probably have a live show probably Tuesday night, and we'll come down and we might have a prize. I'll talk to Wiggy from Baja Spares just to see which way we can, what competition we can run next week to get a few prizes out there. I'll say the club's looking pretty well. Greg Cowie's been down there most days looking at keeping an eye on the track and make sure the track's okay. And said with a bit of rain. So just remember, guys, if you got a couple of hours spare tomorrow evening, just shoot down to the track and give Jono and those guys a hand to put the tarps on. Because if we don't manage to keep the rain off the track for the weekend, we probably won't be racing, because they reckon there's going to be a fair bit of rain come down on Thursday and Friday, even Saturday. So weather permitting, we'll be racing Sunday, but we would need to do everything we can to try and keep the water off the track. As I said, just give Scotty a ring. Right, even now, just ring him now if you want, or just be later on tonight on 0438 304 591, and just let him know if you can make it down there, just so they can get organised and do the stuff they got to do. So there's always stuff to be done down there. It's always ongoing with small stuff just to keep the place up to facility up to scratch, just even with just doing weeding and stuff like that. But there's always little bits of work to be done. So hopefully we can get down there and do that. So we've got 3 or 4 meetings coming up before Christmas. I haven't got the calendar here, I left it inside. So I'll let everybody know next. Just go to the West Oz Quarter Scale Speedway. What time Sunday start? Good question, Jeffrey. Can anybody send me through a time on what time the meeting starts on Sunday? I did actually. I don't know if it was on the poster or not. I didn't see the poster. So can anybody let me know when the meeting starts Sunday? So it's a good question. Well done, Jason Marlowe in the control room. The new system, car stopping. 10 a.m. Okay, there you go, Greg. Jeff, 10 a.m. start. 10 a.m. start for everybody. Yeah, well, as I said, 9 a.m. nominations finish, close at night. Geez, I'm only just getting out of bed at that time. I'm only just getting to bed that time of day lately. Ridiculous. Yeah, well done to Jason Marlowe in the control room. The new system, cars stopping before the race gate, so the next heat can go out. It worked really well from what Greg's just come up and said, and I think a few other guys, he mentioned it as well that I spoke to, that everyone shut their car off from the when they walked up from the driver's stand, and the next class actually rolled out before and started their cars before the other cars were coming in. So it's certainly sped up the show. As I said, the show was all over by 9 o'clock. So it certainly sped up the show. And as I said, we were down on numbers a bit, but hopefully we can get the numbers back next couple of meetings once the weather gets a bit more kinder for us and cools down a bit. So you having a run this weekend, Jeffrey? Or you're still working on cars? So the canteen should be open, I don't know, probably open between, 10 and 2 or something like that on Sunday. I haven't heard that, but hopefully the canteen will be open for a few hours anyway. It should be a good meeting. Haven't raced a Sunday meeting for a while, a day meeting. They it's a bit, I don't know, nothing's come up. So yes, canteen will be open from about 10 till 2, something like that. So well done to Lynn for looking after that, letting us know. But so no, there's been a few changes down the club, a few new people coming in. Unsure, may have a headache. Jeff's going out on the beer on Friday night, Saturday night, obviously. Might have a headache. So no, it's good to see. Hopefully we can get a few cars down there on the weekend. Hopefully we can get a good field of AMCAs to run for the fully promoted AMCA Gold Cup for 2021. And it should be maybe unsure. Okay. Yeah, it should be a good meeting. We should get a few speed cars, a few dirt mods down there. And it's just hopefully we can get just got to get rid of this rain. It's been relentless to just have a good couple of days and rains for 4 days. So just remember, everybody, just support Baja Spares over there in Victoria. He's getting truckloads of new parts coming in every day. He keeps sending me photos of all the stuff that's turning up every day. He reckons lovely Tanya's, has to put it all away, and she's loving doing that. And Wiggy's out the back just getting new cars built for people. Being sold another couple this week. So he's really doing a good thing over there. Just got to get them get the tracks running so they can run these cars that people are buying. But just remember, just support all the sponsors of the quarter scale fraternity. We've got West Oz Estimating, who Les Bletcherton. They had been around the club. He's been around the club a long time. He's got other interests right now, but he still supports the club, supports the series that I run and stuff like that. The Vinci Home, as everyone knows, Greg Cowie loves his course car race and puts a lot of stuff into the club and stuff like that. GVR Racing, Guido Vaseko loves his quarter scales, puts a little bit back to the club with the he's been the best pairs sponsor for the last couple of years. I think he pulled out last year, but he loves sponsoring things. Jeff Headington Racing. He just, if you need any welding done, any stuff done, regarding welding, just give Jeff just give him a ring and he'll weld it stuff up for you. And anything you need welded, any chassis you need built, or just any balustrating, anything like that for your house or anything. He does all that type of welding. He does a bloody good job. Optima Press, the printers I work for, always, if you need any printing done, just give the guys at Optima a ring and they'll put you in the right direction. Just tell them that you're from the Quarter Scale Speedway and they'll give you a hand. Mills Drainage, the Mills Drainage Summer Slam, November 27th. Clayton Mills, big supporter of Quarter Scale Speedway, big supporter of sidecar racing as well. You see his name on a fair few bikes and stuff like that. So hopefully there should be a huge meeting, that Mills Drainage meeting. So thanks for all your support, Clayton. Got Carroll Hall Transportation. They're the sponsors of the Late Model Summer Theory series. And Mike Oliver and Jenny Oliver do a great support the club. If you need any transportation of stuff to get over east or up north or whatever, give Mike a ring, and you know, transports anything around you can. So well done to Mike for that. Mills Drainage, Baja Spares. I said Baja, he's a big supporter of everything in quarter scale in Australia. And he just loves anytime you need a hand or you need something quick, he'll get it over to you. Or if you need any advice, just give him a ring. Anything. I might get him on the show next week. We might have another tech talk night with like showing gaps of, I don't know, coil gaps or spark plug gaps or anything like that. How to change a clutch or anything. We'll get him on again one night to go through a bit more tech talk. Might get Greg Cowie on next week to do a bit of a tip trip for him. He loves his little bits of technical stuff. So, and I said, fully promoted. They're the sponsors this week for the AMCA Gold Cup. So just remember, guys, just support all these guys. That's our great Turn 1 signage area. And so that's just great. So just Mr. Cabinets obviously makes cabinets commercial and residential. So he, as he sponsored the late model show last week, would have been pretty happy what he saw if he come down there. But so no, it was a good night. Just remember, sponsors just to support all these guys who support us. Without these guys, we wouldn't be down there. We wouldn't have the facility we have. So well done to that. There's a lot of photos from the place getters and the podiums on the night, the first night of the season opener, the podiums for the 6 classes. As I said, hopefully the numbers will come up a little bit in the next couple of meetings. So, but now that's much of what everything's been done. There we back on again. So I'd just like to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. As I said, I'll probably come back next Tuesday night. I will be on and come on and talk a bit more. Have the winner of the AMCA Gold Cup on the line, hopefully, and we should be able to promote a bit more of the meetings coming up, and we should see how we go on for the Sunday night meeting, for the Sunday day meeting. So just remember, guys, if you got a couple of hours tomorrow, just shoot down the track about 4 p.m. Help the guys put the tarps on the track so we can keep the rain off the track, and then it'll give us a bit more of a head start to if we can race on the weekend if this rain. Hopefully the weather bureau is actually wrong and there's no rain around, but we'll wait for that. They haven't been doing a good job lately, so we'll see how we go. So if you get any spare time, just shoot down to the club tomorrow afternoon. Give Scotty Elder a ring now and just let him know that you're going to head down so they can arrange things and stuff like that. So hopefully stay safe and get vaxxed. Okay, Jeff, we'll do that. So yeah, as Jeff Booth just come on and said, stay safe. Everybody just stay safe out there. You know, just do what we got to do to keep this COVID thing in check. Get vaxxed out there. It's a lot better over here than it is in the East Coast. But hopefully they'll get their head on it pretty shortly and we'll sort it out so we can get done. So everybody, if we can just stay safe and just keep safe on the road, leave the racing to the dirt tracks, and we can all have a bit of fun tonight, or have a bit of fun when we get together at the quarter scale meetings and have our racing and have our barbecues and stuff like that. So it's just be a great show. So I'd just like to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, and we'll catch you again next Tuesday. I'll probably catch you at the track on the weekend, and hopefully if the rain doesn't spoil our race meeting, I'll let everybody know on Friday, probably Saturday lunchtime, to if if this show does get cancelled, unfortunately. But we'll no doubt just keep an eye on Facebook and the West Oz Core Scale Speedway page, and I'll come on live just to give us an update of what, if it's on or off on Saturday around lunchtime on Saturday. So we'll see how we're going. Barbecued mushrooms. You're a mushroom, Chelsea. So, but so it's all good. So we'll catch us on the weekend. As I say, just keep your eyes open on Saturday for the to see what we do, if we run or not. So I just like to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. And from me, it's see you later, and hopefully everyone has a good day. Thank you. Bye.